Hi, I'm Stewie3D, and in this video I'm going to quickly talk about the Targus lap chill mat. So what is the lap chill mat, you might ask? It's a very lightweight, small laptop holder and cooling mat. It basically has two fans that are powered by the USB port and just blows a nice cooling breeze onto the bottom of your laptop. To be honest with you, the Omen didn't need any extra cooling. The cooling system on the Omen is absolutely fantastic. I've never noticed any sort of thermal throttling. Highest temperatures I've ever seen it get to is about 78 on the processor and about 78 on the GPU. GPU can go up to 97 with maximum heat, and the CPU 100 degrees maximum heat, so well below the maximum. However, I game on the sofa a lot. As you can see, the laptop is in the place where I do most of my gaming, and because the Omen, if I flip it over, has vents on the bottom, as you can see. If I were to put the Omen directly onto the sofa, those vents are now completely covered up and therefore choke the laptop, and therefore it will get hot, and whilst it's got a decent cooling system, if it is covered up, it ain't gonna work. So prior to getting the lap chill mat, I used to game on the old chopping board out the kitchen. When I got the laptop, I nicked it out the kitchen and said, look, I'm using it. And I've had it like that since February when I got the Omen, and it's now not been a problem. However, the wife has decided, she would like the chopping board back in the kitchen, to actually use as a chopping board, not a laptop cooling board. So that's why I've now gone and got the lap chill mat. The lap chill mat is very, very light. I tried to weigh it earlier, but it's too big for my scales. But I think I got about 600 grams out of it. It's really light. It's hollow in the middle, as you can see. So literally, the entire base of this is just holes with loads of ventilation up from the bottom, and yeah, you got your two fans there and there. It's made of a nice soft touch neoprene, so when you've got it on your lap, this now actually enables you to game on your lap, which, let's face it, was pretty much unthinkable without cooking your legs and your ball sack. So this will allow you to game on your lap nice and comfortably, and it fits the Omen perfectly. Where you can see the little four little lumps in each corner, those little rubber stops are so you can line your laptop up and it stops it slipping off. Now with the Omen, it's got big solid rubber feet, and actually they line up perfect. So the Omen sits on top of that, and they slide it down, and the bottom vent of the Omen lines up absolutely perfectly with the vent of the lap chill mat. Now if I can do it, it's very, very quiet. But there you go, I've just plugged it into the Omen, and I'm going to move the microphone close to it. I don't know how well you can hear that. They are very quiet in operation, and they literally just blow a little gentle breeze onto the bottom of the laptop. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to finish this talking overview part of the video, and then I will do some gameplay footage with showing the temperatures, and I will do it first on the chopping board, which is how I used to use it, which would obviously simulate if you were just running it on a desk or on a table like you would anyway. There's no, obviously when you put the Omen on that, it's got just the standard ventilation, and then on the chill mat itself. Now I have noticed just playing last couple of days, it does stay a lot cooler even if the chill mat wasn't plugged in, because of obviously the way the whole bottom of the laptop is now opened up to ventilation, rather than just having the gap between the table and the rubber feet. So it instantly, even without the fans, it makes quite a bit of difference. As I said before, with this laptop, the cooling system was absolutely fantastic anyway, so not really. It wasn't really an issue overheating. But what this chill mat does is it just keeps it that little bit cooler, and therefore the main system fans on the laptop don't have to ramp up to the full speed. Generally, when gaming, they go to sort of the second highest speed, stay there, and then if you're playing a more demanding game, then they'll get to the really fast turbojet speed, which isn't particularly loud, but it is noticeable. Whereas with the chill mat, it doesn't get up to the super fast turbojet speed half as much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this video now, and then I'm going to just stitch another video to the end of it and show you the gameplay with some temperatures. So yeah, I'm going to end this video now, and then I'll stitch the other one to it so you can see the temperatures.
Hi, so I'm back. So I've got the laptop now on the chopping board for my first test. We're going to load up Mafia 3 because Mafia 3 absolutely spanks the processor and the GPU. Literally, it stays at 100% and 99% the whole time you play it. So this is the best game for me to test the Chillmat's capability. So currently, at the moment, we've got it on the chopping board, which would obviously be the same kind of cooling if you had it on a desk or a table. Basically, you've got the only sort of gap, you've got the little rubber feet and then the little gap between the laptop itself and the table. And literally, when the fans in the laptop ramp up, you can feel it, the air rushing into it from either side. So, yeah. I would try and record this the fan sound, but the microphone that I've got doesn't actually capture it very well. I did try to record it on take one of this gameplay test. However, you might be able to hear a faint sort of hum over the audio now because I'm using the inbuilt microphone, and occasionally when the fans get up to super speed, the microphone in the laptop will pick it up. I've noticed it when I've been streaming. So here we go. This is on the chopping board, so no kill mat. And already we have got processor into the 70s, and the GPU, there you go, is now hit 70 degrees. So got to drive around a bit and keep the GPU and CPU maxed out. Any stuttering you're seeing is purely on the recording. The game is playing smooth as anything. The reason why is because Mafia 3, as you can see, is so demanding on the system that there's very little else left. Even using Shadow Play, which has very minimal performance hit, still suffers with it. So I do apologise for the jerky gameplay. Shadow Play is the best of two evils, what I've got, because I've the other one being OBS, and if I use that, well, that just doesn't work at all with Mafia. But I don't know if you can hear it now. The fans have just ramped up to the, I believe they're on the highest settings now. I don't know if the microphones in the laptop are picking it up. They do have noise cancelling, but yeah, there we are. It is on the fastest setting. As I said before, the chill mat isn't a necessity because the cooling system in this laptop is fantastic anyway. As I said, the highest I've ever seen the CPU or the GPU get temperature wise is around about 78 degrees on both. It's very rare that the GPU gets up to 78. The GPU sort of sit around 73 like you're seeing now. The CPU gets a little bit warmer, but still nothing major. Bear in mind that NVIDIA rates the GPU as able to take 97 degrees, and Intel rate the CPU as being able to take 100 degrees. You can see that the temperatures just using stock cooling on the laptop are nowhere near the point where everything's going to go melty and blow up. So we are looking very good. But as you can see, the cores are getting a little bit warmer. We're up to what, 76, 77. On take one of this, I did actually see one of the CPU cores get up to 80 degrees. So yeah, but that's the sort of temperature you can see just running it on the chopping board. As I said, that is the equivalent of having the laptop on a desk or a table. we'll just play it a little bit more, just to make sure it's a definitive test, just to make sure we're not being biased towards the chill mat. So we're going to really cook the crap out of it. Yeah, the fans are really giving it some now as well. So, and as you can see with the CPU usage and the GPU usage, when I do the test with the chill mat, you'll see that there's no change. It'll all be 100% maxed out the whole way as well. Also, it just goes to show how badly optimized Mafia 3 is, but but yeah, you can probably just hear it. But yes, you can hear the fans. They're not off-putting. I mean, I'm talking over. I mean, I've got the game on mute, so I can talk to you guys and not accidentally get any copyright infringing music caught in it. But yeah, it's not overly loud. I'm not finding myself having to shout over them or whatever. So yeah. And as I said, generally when watching the TV, Mrs. is watching the TV and I'm gaming on the sofa next to her, she doesn't notice it. She's never really complained. So, as I said, the fans on this laptop are very, very good. But there we go. We've pushed the CPU, the GPU now all the way up to 75 degrees. So what I will do now, 79 there on one of the cores. What I'm going to do now is I am going to switch to the chill mat. So any pumping about your hair is me switching to chill mat. Right, so the laptop is now on the chill mat, and the chill mat is now plugged in and running. Now, the chill mat, straight away, even when the fans aren't plugged in and running, has a massive advantage over just plonking the laptop on a table or a solid surface like a chopping board, in the fact that the hole underneath of the laptop now is one big vent. So rather than sucking the air in through the tiny gap between the bottom of the laptop and the solid surface, i.e., the little rubber feet, literally the whole bottom of the laptop is now one great big vent. So that helps by itself. And then as you can see, I've also got the fans plugged in now, and everything is instantly starting to cool down. Now the laptop's fans haven't slowed down yet. Um, Whether they will or not, I don't know. But I have noticed with the chill mat, generally the laptop's fans don't seem to get don't seem to speed up as much as they did without it. So obviously, your mileage may vary. It all depends on obviously the vent layout of your laptop. So bear with me a second. We're going to go back into the trees. I mean, looking at the GPU, look, is down to 65 degrees. That's 10 degrees cooler than it was a minute ago. We're going to go into the trees because that's where the GPU started to get warm. So we're going to go back to exactly where we were before. And the chill mat is, as I said as I tried to show you in the previous video, is near silent anyway. It's just like a little dull hum. But as you can see, it has made actually quite a significant bit of difference. I'm quite surprised at how much of a difference this has actually made. Because it was at this point here that the GPU hit 75 degrees centigrade, and it's now 66. So that's 9 degrees cooler. So I mean, potentially you could use it if you were potentially overclocking the GPU with MSI Afterburner. Overclocking is not something I'm personally going to do. Maybe when the laptop's old and ratted and well out of warranty period, I might put an overclock on just to make it run more modern games. But I'd only really overclock it just before I'm due to upgrade it anyway, because then I wouldn't be that fussed about wrecking it. But actually, there you go. That's how much of a difference the chill mat is making. We have knocked in some places up to 9 degrees off the GPU, and the CPU is now down into the lower 70s rather than the higher 70s. So actually, it has made quite a significant amount of difference. I mean, do you need a chill mat? If you're using it on a table or a desk, then no, because the laptop's cooling system is very good. As I said, even without the chill mat, we're still nowhere near thermal throttling anyway. But if, like me, you game on the sofa, then yeah, the chill mat is an absolute fantastic buy. And at 15 quid on Amazon, I will put a link in the comments below, in the description below, and the comments. At 15 quid on Amazon, I can highly recommend it. As I said, if you game on the sofa or actually want to game, if you want to lay in bed and game in bed, then yes, it will allow you to do it, and it works, as you can see, rather well. Obviously, your mileage may vary independent on how the vents at the bottom of your laptop are laid out. So the Omen has two vents on the bottom, a smaller one and then a longer one. They're both quite narrow and the holes are very small. However, that as you can see, it's enough to get quite a bit of extra cooling in. However, if you have one of these massive gaming laptops, which has got huge, great, like the entire bottom of the laptop is one massive vent, then potentially this could work even better for you. Likewise, if you have, say, a MacBook or whatever, which doesn't have any vents on the bottom, then chances are it's not going to work as well. As I showed you in the previous part of this video, the Omen fits on it absolutely perfectly. It's just the right size for the Omen. It's not much bigger than the actual Omen itself, and that's a 15.6-inch laptop. The chill mat is rated for a 15 to 17-inch laptop. So obviously if you put a 17-inch off on it, it's going to hang off both sides, but as long as obviously the fans of the chill mat are underneath the vents of the laptop, it doesn't really matter. Um, so yeah, it's been quite a conclusive test that the chill mat actually does make quite a bit of difference. So I'm rather impressed with that. 15 quid, you can't really go wrong. As I said, I'm going to put a description in the description below. If this video has been helpful, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.